Hey everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. You know, aside from summer campouts, one of the things that folks commonly do during the summer season is go on family vacations. And ever since I was young, my family took me and my sister on several trips, like Yosemite National Park, Morro Bay, San Francisco, Orlando, Florida, Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, South Dakota, Las Vegas in Nevada, New Orleans, Louisiana, Mesa Verde, Colorado, including faraway countries like Mexico, England, Italy, Corsica, France, and Amsterdam, Holland. And to me, these vacations that I went on were fun, adventurous, and exciting. And for today's blog, I'm going to look at an episode where Princess Sofia and her family go on a family vacation of their own. Airing on television on November 11th, 2016, this is Royal Vacation. Now, let's get started. Roland, Amber, and James are each so busy with their duties and hobbies that they don't make time to spend with Miranda or Sofia. In order to have more family time, Miranda arranges a vacation to the Royal Elephant Rainforest. But unfortunately, the vacation proves to be less than satisfying. So, what do I think? Well, I think it's a pretty good episode, but another that's not one of my favorites. And to further explain what I mean, let's move on to Mustang Notes. Now, firstly, the moral of this episode is always make time for your family. And to me, this is a lesson that I try to do sometimes, especially during the summer and on special events. But nowadays, quality time with my family is becoming pretty hard, especially with so many conflicts happening in my life so far, like work. Also, this is the sixth and final episode that chronologically takes place after Princess Sofia freed Princess Elena from the Amulet of Avalor, and it aired on TV before Elena and the Secret of Avalor did. As for the animation, well, as usual, the CGI animation by Toei is great, and I like that the royal family of Enchantia's vacation takes place at the Royal Elephant Rainforest, which is a rainforest where colorful flying elephants live, along with other wild animals like spider monkeys, hippos, and parrots. Plus, it has a lodge which is actually an old wooden hut that's so rotted with decay, and it has an old wooden raft by the river. Also, I like that this episode features a vehicle that's not a coach pulled by flying horses. It's actually a wingless flying steam-powered automobile called a cloud coaster, which to me looks like a really cool car to ride in. Oh, and fun fact, this vehicle is a reference to the 1968 musical classic film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which I think I may want to blog someday. As for the story, well, it's okay. I mean, it is pretty similar to other vacation films and specials that I've seen before, like A Goofy Movie, National Lampoon's Vacation, We're the Millers, RV, even the Berenstain Bears and Too Much Vacation. Plus, throughout the whole trip, all sorts of bad luck happens to the royal family. I mean, they lose their luggage, their tour guide, Fabulous Freddy, is sick in bed, they get ambushed by spider monkeys who pelt them with berries, they get lost in Parrot Glade, their raft gets smashed by an elephant stampede, and they spend the night in a cave while taking shelter from the rain. However, one of my favorite parts in this episode is when Sofia and her family play a game called Who Am I?, where they do their impressions of different people and they have to guess who it is. And now, let's talk about the episode's song, What a Vacation, which is sung at the end of the episode by Sofia, Amber, James, Roland, and Miranda while riding a family of flying elephants. To me, this is a really relaxing song, and I like how the royal family admits that despite all the disasters that they've been through, they've had more fun than they ever realized. Plus, I really love the guitar music that plays in the background. And now, let's move on to the characters and their voice actors. Let's start with Queen Miranda, voiced by Sarah Ramirez. To me, Miranda is a warm and caring woman who deeply loves her husband and her children, and I like that she's always there to lift their spirits at times. During this episode, after the events of Elena and the Secret of Avalor, Miranda is determined to spend quality time with her family in hopes of reconnecting them with each other. Next is her daughter, Princess Sofia, once again voiced by Ariel Winter, whom was young Kyrie in the Kingdom Hearts game series, Marina in Jake and the Neverland Pirates, a few of Thumper's sisters in Bambi 2, Marlene in the complete version of Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, young Trixie in Speed Racer, Penny Peterson in DreamWorks Mr. Peabody and Sherman, and Smurf Lily in Smurfs The Lost Village. As usual, Sofia is a kind and passionate princess, and during this episode, even though she was late for the family's game night due to her practicing flying derby, I like that Sofia suggested to her mom that they should go on a family vacation since her family hasn't spent that much quality time together in a while. Plus, I like that Sofia still has an optimistic, adventurous, and smart side to her, and I like that she's been put in charge of the rainforest map during their trip. Next is King Roland II, voiced by Travis Willingham, best known for voicing Foreteller Aced in Kingdom Hearts Key, Kuko in Elena of Avalor, and a few animated Marvel characters. Also, Travis is the husband of Swan Princess actress Laura Bailey. During this episode, Roland has been pretty busy due to him meeting up with the royal builder and designing a castle as a gift for the elves. However, while on vacation with his wife and kids, I like his sense of fun and excitement, like when he drives the Cloud Coaster car. And I also like the scene where he helps Sofia build a campfire in a cave. Next we have Prince James, voiced by Nicholas Cantu, who is known online as Junkie Janker, and he got to voice Curly in Hey Arnold the Jungle Movie and Leonardo in the new animated Ninja Turtles movie. During this episode, James is seen playing with his toy soldiers, and he turned most of his bedroom floor space into a vast tactical battlefield. While on vacation with his family, like at Camp Wilderwood, James' experience goes from okay to lame, especially when he got his hiking boots stuck in mud. But thankfully, his mom Miranda gets him some emergency footwear made from vines and large leaves, which I find is pretty clever. Next we come to Sofia and James' sister, Princess Amber, voiced by Darcy Rose Byrnes, whom was in The Legend of Korra, Spirit Riding Free, Desperate Housewives, and Big Shot. During this episode, Amber hopes to redesign her closet in order to add a mini planetarium so that she can look at the stars while she is changing clothes. And while joining her family on their trip, Amber has a habit of complaining a lot due to her still not being a fan of the outdoors. However, I did like the scene where Amber rearranges some of the large rocks in the cave to give the family rock ottomans to sit on. The last character I want to talk about is the young flying elephant, voiced by Lyons Matthias, who previously voiced Jasper, the young castle griffin, and he voiced in Craig McCracken's Wander Over Yonder. To me, despite the fact that he and his family were seen stampeding after Miranda blew her whistle, I find this young pachyderm to be really cute. And like the rest of his family, he's really friendly. Plus, I like that he and the other elephants give Sophia and her family a ride, and I find them to be pretty similar to Dumbo, except they use their wings to fly instead of their ears. And now on to my final words. Overall, Royal Vacation, while not spectacular from my perspective, is still a pretty decent episode. The animation is great as usual, and I like that it features a steam power flying car in it. Plus, I like that this episode has a story that gracefully tackles the idea of busy families and bad experiences. Queen Miranda does all that she does out of genuine desire to bring everybody closer together, and considering that no one was acting inherently self-centered, it really works wonders. Also, the torture throughout the episode works really well since it's kept to a relatable level and it isn't given too much emphasis. Plus, there's genuine warmth and heart underneath it all, which really makes the moral on how spending time together makes things better all the more great. So, I guess you could say this episode is definitely one that's pretty good for a family viewing. As for my rating, I'll give this episode a 76% out of 100. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me next time as we look at one more episode this month, and this next one will be centering on Cedric. Mustang Power.